The phone rang just once before he answered, annoyed, distracted, already late for a boardroom vote that could decide the future of his company. "Mr. Hale," the woman's voice trembled on the other end, low and urgent, "you need to come back now. Please. She'll harm your twins." For a second, the world went silent. The traffic outside his tinted window blurred. His chest tightened. "What are you talking about?" he snapped. But the line went dead. If this story grips your heart even for a moment, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, because what happens next will stay with you long after the screen goes dark. Daniel Hale had built an empire from nothing, or so the magazines said. They never mentioned the nights he slept in his car or the people he stepped over to climb faster. They never mentioned the loneliness that followed success like a shadow. His twins, Noah and Lily, were the only light left in his carefully structured life after his wife, Serena, died during childbirth. Since then, his mansion felt less like a home and more like a museum of things money could buy but love could not fill. That was until Margaret arrived. Margaret Johnson was quiet, black, in her late 50s, with eyes that carried stories she never told. She had been hired as a housekeeper, but from the first week, she did more than clean. She hummed softly while folding the twins' clothes. She listened when Lily cried at night from dreams she couldn't explain. She taught Noah how to tie his shoes with patient hands that never rushed. Daniel noticed these things only vaguely, the way powerful men notice kindness like background noise. Useful, replaceable, invisible. The call came from Margaret. And for the first time, Daniel felt fear crawl up his spine. He ordered the driver to turn around, abandoning the meeting without explanation. As the car sped toward the mansion, memories flashed: Serena's sister, Vanessa, moving in, temporarily, to help with the twins. Vanessa, with her sharp smile and colder eyes. Vanessa, who always reminded Daniel how lucky the twins were to have family left. Vanessa, who resented Margaret openly, calling her just the help, questioning why Daniel trusted her so much with the children. When Daniel arrived, the house was unusually quiet. Too quiet. No laughter. No cartoon sounds. Just the echo of his footsteps on marble floors. Margaret met him near the staircase, her face pale, hands shaking. "They're upstairs," she whispered. "I tried to stop her." "What did she do?" Daniel demanded, already moving. "She locked them in the nursery. She's not herself today. She's been saying strange things, about taking them away. About how they don't belong to you alone." Daniel pushed past her, his heart pounding. At the top of the stairs, he heard Vanessa's voice, sharp and frantic, arguing with someone who wasn't responding. He burst into the nursery to find Vanessa pacing, hair disheveled, eyes wild. The twins were huddled together in the corner, Lily clutching her brother, both crying silently. "She's poisoning you against me," Vanessa screamed when she saw him. "That woman, she thinks she can replace me. Replace Serena." Daniel froze. In that moment, the truth cracked through years of denial. Vanessa wasn't grieving. She was unraveling. And he had been too busy to notice. Margaret stepped into the doorway behind him. "Sir," she said softly, "I heard her talking last night. She said if she couldn't have them, no one would. I couldn't sleep after that. I stayed near the nursery all morning." Vanessa lunged toward Margaret, rage flashing. "You liar. You don't belong here." Daniel moved without thinking, placing himself between them. "Enough," he shouted. The twins sobbed louder. Security was called. Vanessa collapsed, screaming as they escorted her out, accusations spilling like poison. When the house finally fell silent again, Daniel sank to his knees and pulled his children into his arms. They clung to him as if afraid he might disappear too. Margaret stood quietly, ready to leave the room as she always did when emotions grew heavy. But Daniel stopped her. "You saved them," he said, his voice breaking. "Why didn't you call the police?" "I called you first," she replied. "Because they're your children. And because I promised their mother I'd always protect them." Daniel looked at her sharply. "You knew Serena?" Margaret nodded. "Before you did. We worked together years ago.